What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you from Mythic, baby! Another season, another early Mythic. A couple days slower than previous season, where we hit it on the 4th. This season, hit it on the 6th. But in my defense, I did spend 2 days at a wedding over the weekend, so I guess that explains it. I did the majority of my run with mono white humans. For those of you who missed that video, it's the most recent video that's up on the channel as you're watching this. So go have a look. Definitely insane brew. I call it White Lightning. Nothing crazy, like a new and innovative. Your brewmaster came up with something super unique. It was just like good gameplay. I play that type of deck very well, and so yeah, got me all the way to middle way through Diamond 2, and then I hit a bit of a wall, and I was just winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one. I was like, okay, it's time to change something up, and so I switched to Selesnya Enchantments, which is the other uber oppressive, like, my goodness, the number of matches over the last 6 days that I've had against this deck are just wow. And now that I'm playing it, because that's what we're going to be playing for tonight, mirrors, especially early Mythic. Now everybody's rushed into Mythic this early in the month. It's going to be mono red, it's going to be Selesnya Enchantments, guaranteed. I was playtesting other decks this morning, and at one point I'd had 12 matches, 11 of which were either mono red or Selesnya Enchantments, and then there was one guy playing Azorius Soldiers. 11 matches against either mono red or Selesnya Enchantments in top Mythic. It's pretty insane. So if you can't beat them, join them. That is the saying. And I'm not one to just play too many like top tier meta decks, but for this next couple of videos, I do want to zoom in on these and see if there's any innovation left at all, whether they can be changed from the cookie cutter, go to untapped, copy the net deck, go. Is there still some little bits of innovation that one can do to make it, if not better, maybe different, some slightly different play styles and lines? Something that I've mentioned a few times in previous videos is how Selesnya itself isn't like 100% decided on. There's a more mid-rangey version that plays the Hallowed Hauntings and the Restorations of Eiganjo. There's a more aggro version that just plays Auras and Calix. And then someone that's kind of trying to do a little bit of in-between. So tonight's episode is definitely somewhat of a brewing with episodes. When I do this, I usually have more than one version that I want to showcase. And that is definitely the case for tonight. So since it's going to take a little bit of time to get fair gameplay on both decks, I should probably get right to it. So without further ado, let's jump into the first of tonight's brews. First one is called Calix Aggro. So definitely the low to the ground Calix version. And this is what I've cooked up. You may notice some slightly different cards from the net deck version. Namely, Invasion of Theros. Sees like a one of, maybe two of in some versions that I've seen on Untapped, but definitely most people favoring Catilda, and I can see why. It's got the flying, blah blah blah, but there's a lot of graveyard hate, and what inevitably happens, because I'm being the one doing that to people in games, is you just kill the Catilda, and then you play a graveyard trespasser or whatever, and then it's gone, and now you've lost your life gain, you've lost your flying threat. I'm using Invasion of Theros to do some very similar things, namely the life link against aggro. So this is one of the ways in the deck that we have of gaining a lot of life so that we can swing the game back in our favor against mono red and whatnot. But both sides of this invasion are fantastic in the deck. Front side, Invasion of Theros. First thing to note, it's only got 4 defense counters, so easy to flip. Usually by the time you're playing this, your Kami of Transience already a 4/4 or whatever, so you can almost always flip it the turn it enters the battlefield, or you need to play your deck in such a way that that is what happens, because you want to be flipping this thing as soon as possible. Okay, but sorry, before we get to the backside, the rest of the front is also great. It's got this nice ETB trigger where it can help you find an aura, god or demigod. In our case, we only care about the auras. It's basically a tutor for any aura in the deck. And we've got, of course, the full playset of Ossifications, which is an aura. But we're also playing a sneaky one of Radiant Grace, which I've been absolutely loving, and not many people are playing. It's so good against so many decks. When the opponent kills the thing that it's equipped to, or enchanted onto, or whatever, then it comes back as a curse called Radiant Restraints, and then from that point onwards, the creatures the opponent plays come into the battlefield tapped, and this has been fundamental against mono red and other things like that. So just really, really nice little aura there that we can go tutor up with the Invasion of Theros alongside the 3 Audacities, which are the obvious better one because of the card draw, because of the trample. But yeah, that's the nice things about the front side. Easily flippable tutors auras. Backside, Afara, the Ever Sheltering, is an enchantment herself. So, you know, typical when you like recast a flipped battle, it still counts as you casting an enchantment, and you'll get all of the triggers and synergies off of that. And then it's got lifelink. This is where it starts to look like Catilda, and indestructible. This is where it's better than Catilda, as long as you control at least 3 other enchantments. The whole deck's enchantments, like, the chances of that are very high, and this is immediately becomes your target number 1 for all of your auras and whatnot. So amazing, absolutely loving Afara, and it does not end there. Whenever another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you also get to draw a card. So I mean, both sides of this battle just amazing. Card advantage, tutoring, life gain, you name it. Just absolutely loving Afara. So I'm gonna highlight that card in particular in this deck. The rest of the stuff we all know. I don't feel like I need to go over everything. The only other like difference really from other decks that I'm seeing online is Surge of Salvation instead of Skrelv. Yes, Skrelv is a artifact, so it does like count towards your Michiko's Reign of Truth buff and whatnot, but I've been finding having Surge against like red-based control-y mid-rangey decks that run Brotherhood's End, which just completely decimate this deck, by the way. Surge of Salvation has just been fantastic. So going for the Surge over the Skrelv. And then other interesting thing is a couple copies of Invasion of Gobakhan, just as an additional way to protect our board. And like by having all of these like 2 ofs, 1 of, 3 ofs, it makes the deck a lot less linear. You know, instead of, usually it would be like 4 Audacities, 4 Reigns of Truths, 4 Calix, 4 Weavers, and you just go for that plan where you try to use Michiko's Reign of Truth on your trampling guys, boom, 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 and that version is great. But if that plan falls apart, then you just concede. Here I have more variance in what can happen in a game. You know, if you do have Gobakhan in your hand on turn 2, then that already dictates the way that you're trying to play the game. It becomes more about, can I flip this invasion quickly and start getting value from the Light Shield array? If you don't have it in your hand, then maybe you'll get a Michiko's and you go more for that plan, or, you know, just slightly different. And I've been really enjoying this one. So we made a bit of room for these little splashy one-offs that I put in, like also the Seal from Existence. Most versions, especially the low to the ground aggro deck version, only run Ossification for removal. I did want one more removal option just in case it's something other than a creature or a planeswalker that we need to get rid of. Seal from Existence is here to save the day, and it's another great thing to copy with Calix, of course. So I made space for these things by like cutting 1 Weaver, cutting 1 Audacity, cutting the Catildas entirely, going with 3 Calix instead of 4. He's legendary, you don't really want too many of these. Cutting some Michigos, and voila, this is what I've come up with, and it's been doing fantastic on the ladder. So yeah, that's it. Really nothing else to add other than let's jump into some games and see how it performs in Mythic early season, and then after about 3-4 games, depending on how fast they are, I'll show you version 2, which is going about things very similarly, but has some different cards that then we can see. We can put, you know, match the results next to each other and maybe make a fusion of the 2, which is sort of what I end up doing with these. It's usually like 3-4 different versions of a specific deck, and then I slowly refine until they just become one. And I'm just like 1 step away from doing so with these 2. So, episode of Brewing with. Yes. Very nice hand. Fortunately, we're on the draw. in what is probably going to be a mirror, but we got to play the first card. All 3 Calix. You know, I mean, it's just, you don't always want to have 4 of these in your deck, man. This happens way too often, and then, I mean, it's nice. Just no luck, huh? We got to get rid of this Weaver, because then he'll do a double, double removal if he wants, you know, or double card draw, whatever the case might be. But not finding our 3rd land there was very, very bad for us. Of course, he has everything, and now he's going to also have the aura in hand to put onto the Generous Visitor. Okay. A little bit of luck, but we aren't having any. This is disastrous. Alright, we lost the first one. We bricked. What can you do? He needs to put Audacity on the Visitor. Wow, he's just found a land every turn. Like, is 20 lands too little? It seems like it, honestly. Just one more land would have been really nice. Cannot believe we haven't... Wow! Okay, he's flooding. Mate. Are you kidding me with this shit? Still just sitting on 2 lands. What? Oh, God, no. Can you believe it? Where's my mana? Thank you. Now we're talking, baby. Because we can copy our... We can copy our Ossification now and get rid of Catilda. And we're killing his stuff. He has to block or he dies, so there's that. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the better Selesnya player of them all? Well, I mean, very similar decks. He was playing the Catilda. We bricked. He flooded. We got lucky. There was that turn when he had the Calix down. He just needed an Audacity in hand, and we would have been dead. Once Calix starts firing, it's too late to turn it around. But hey, a win's a win. Brick or no brick, I'll take it. On to the next one. So we're going to do probably 3 games with each brew. That's game 1 with version 1. And mirror. Let's see how many mirrors. It's ridiculous, guys. Like, the whole of Upper Mythic is just this. This and Mono Red. Like, that's been my experience. Yes, there's the odd person playing whatever else, but like I said earlier this morning, 12 matches. 12. And 11 was either mono red or enchantments. Insane. There we go. That's very nice. That's like the best thing to draw against mono red. Also the vigilance. Ooh. Ooh. Perfect. Now all your stuff's gonna be entering the battlefield tab for the rest of the game. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Fortunately, this doesn't like re-enter. I mean, yeah, it doesn't count as casting. It would have worked if with Calix, because then it's an ETB. Just beautiful. Like, couldn't have asked for, like, for if there was a one-off I wanted to get against this matchup, this is it. It's nothing better than seeing a Swift Spear enter the battlefield tab, honestly. Lightning Strike, no. We've got a backup Calix, and now we're making the decision difficult. Like, if he's got to play with fire, who's it gonna be? Quertzies, what? Quertizard. Fine. Expectable, I guess. So this time we're putting the other counter onto Calix. Then it has to be a Lightning Strike.
I hope you like your hors d'oeuvres extra crispy.
Extra crispy. Uses the 1 mana to equip the Rabbit Battery to the Phoenix to swing for 3 in the air. No? Fine. Now we're talking. This deck is so broken, man. Like, it's just ridiculous, dude. I wonder what's gonna happen in August. Like, it's so soon after the bannings now. Once people play with like this for a month of just Selesnya dominance like this, after it already having been so dominant during the infamous, you know, Naya Runes period. Oh my goodness, like, what could they ban, really? It's nothing particularly by itself that's broken. It's just the synergies are endless. There's so many good cards in the deck, and they all just work so well with each other. You either ban the whole deck. I don't think there's one, like, linchpin that you can, like, oh, let's ban Calix. Suddenly it's crap. That people were shredding without Calix at the Arena Championship. Seth Manfield. You know, you don't even need the Calix. Hallowed Haunting is bursted, and now without Invoke Despair, it's like, okay, I played this guy earlier. I think it was mono red. Let's see, that's a great opener. Turn 2 Invasion. Let's go. Okay, mirror again. That's 2 mirrors and 1 mono red. Okay. Toxic version. Much more acceptable to me. Except we're on the draw. Would have obviously loved to get a 1-drop in there. I guess his internet's hanging or something. There we go. He's back. It's not that much to think of on turn 2. The infamous 1-2. Alright, so the problem is he's probably going to play the 2-drop that... sorry, the 3-drop that exiles. What's it called? The Annex Sentry? That would be my... Okay. Nice. I wish we find a white source now. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Ah, that's terrible. Another white source would have been phenomenal. So now Skrelv needs to be the first thing that gets ossified, which is really uncool. However, he may use the Skrelv to get in some attacks. Please, white sauce off the top. Please, baby, give me that white sauce. Let's see if he's got another Eiganjo. Okay. Honestly, bro. So frustrating. But we're on 8. He's gonna win now. Oh my god. Unbelievable. Mana shenanigans. Well played, opponent. Nice. You know, he's obviously very good. He beat me last time as well. Top tier mythic player playing Selesnya Toxic at the top level. Well done. Well played. Definitely wouldn't have gone that way if we just found another white source. Starting to think 20 lands is a little bit too little, but it doesn't happen often. Like once you got like 3 lands with this deck, it's usually enough to do everything. But when you don't find the 3rd one, it becomes or if it's the wrong color, you know, no dual lands there that we had. Even just any one of our dual lands would have been enough for us to fire off that ossification when we needed it. Slightly longer queue time than usual. we go. Backdoor bully. Little lower here. And of course, straight away we get the way better hand. When we don't need it, we don't get it. When we need it, we get it. But yeah, this is about as good as of an opener as it comes with Selesnya. Take 9. What a broken, like, wow, dude, it's just insane. We'll be able to probably flip this next turn, like, not even, doesn't even have something to play next. Now we can fetch our trample aura. Which will pretty much guarantee that we flip it right away. What's he holding up here? Why? Oh, he's got destroy target enchantment, something, summon. Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. That's totally fine with me. Good luck getting around that now. Got a backup. Wow, poor guy. Poor guy. Alright, easy peasy mode. So that's version 1. Lost one against Selesnya Toxic due to some poor land shenanigans and very well played from the opponent's side of the table. So overall, like, we can, I don't feel like I really need to do much else here to showcase my choices. I think it'll be interesting though to see what version 2 looks like and what the differences are and how they end up playing, and then whether we can't come up with a, you know, a final version. So version 2, Therosian auras, very similar, very similar, but I'm still, this is when I was still undecided between, you know, certain choices. So here you can see there's actually 3 Michikos, 2 Radiant Grace, and 2 of the Theros, and still leaving 1 Catilda behind. Also, it's 20 lands just like in the other one. Also 3 Weavers of Harmony, but no Invasions of Gobakhan, which has left me a little bit more space for the additional Catilda, for the additional Radiant Grace. Is this better or worse? I don't know. It's, like I said, it's very similar. But let's see if, like, we ever bump into that one of Catilda, and if it makes all the difference, then we may end up deciding not to play with the Invasion of Theros. But I, for one, as we just saw in that last game, so sweet, like, boom, tutor up your trample thing. Even if the opponent has blockers, you trample through them, flip the invasion, boom, boom, boom. Just really nice. So, fingers crossed. Jonavon. I don't think I've ever seen your name on Arena, my friend. How many mirrors in one night? Just please take note of this. It's insane. At least we've got Seal. Let's see what we get off the top. And what he plays. It's probably going to be... Aha! Cool. Now, we're looking lovely. Because copying Seal is great. 3 ward 3. This card is insane. Why anyone plays Borrowed Time or whatever it's called anymore is beyond me. Because, yes, it's 2 white instead of 1. Whoop-de-doo, you know? Nice. Very nice, unfortunately. Woo! Woo! Top deck City. Because it would have been Calix next turn and big problems. Speak of the devil. I just need to be able to block this guy. If he has Ossification, we're screwed. Or anything that gives trample now would be the end of us. Hello, kitty cat. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. Okay. The battle of the ossifications at this point. What? Are you kidding me, dude? What? Are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me, dude? Shit. Who the hell plays Farewell in this? Oh my god, you absolute asshole. What is this? How? Who? When? Why? Unbelievable. Mirror Breaker. That's the card that breaks the mirror. Like, I get it. But wow, that is the first time ever that I've seen anyone playing that in Selesnya Enchantments deck. It's like the one card that also completely destroys your whole own deck. But I guess it's all about like how many things are underneath enchantments and then they all come back. And if you're behind on the exile effects, then it's just amazing. But like, what? That is the last thing I was expecting. Well played. Well, you know, well done. That's, I mean, I guess a one of. I hope they ban Farewell in August. Stupidest card. By far. Really just dumb. Like, it should have been pick 1. Even then, I'd still be bummed. Exile everything for 6 mana. Everything except for Planeswalkers. Just bye-bye. It's like, okay. I'll just concede now. Thank you. Shuts down Reanimator, shuts down enchantments, like everything. It's just too much. I don't know what they were smoking when they came up with Farewell. And I know there's all of my control mages that are watching this going, oh, it was a necessary piece, otherwise we just get run over by aggro. You've got Sunfall, you've got Depopulate, you've got Ossification, you've got every single exile effect under the sun. Did we also need a sweeper that only costs 6 mana that just kills everything? Exiles everything? I don't think so. I think that was way too pushed. It could definitely have done something different there. Please not another mirror. Anything but another mirror. Everyone is bored of this, including my viewers. Okay. So probably control, which is a big problem because here comes another Farewell. Ah, cool. Somebody who decided to play this at the wrong turn. He's clearly got another one in his hand. Otherwise, you won't just play out your Virtuoso on turn 2. Yeah, not a very clever idea. Second Virtuoso. Fantastic. Why do that? You know that my deck plays Ossification and things. Why do that? Okay. Still no Catildas, but we're arriving at the end of the video, guys. Honestly, not a huge difference between the two decks. I'll probably just leave it to you, my lovely, lovely subscribers, to let me know in the comments, like, how have you been building this deck? Have you been playing it at all? Do you freaking hate it? Also, what would you do to beat it? Because I've got some answers. That's coming in the next video. There's a specific deck that I've got going that just completely destroys Mono Red and Selesnya, but also gets completely destroyed by control. Fortunately, from the look of things right now, for that deck, not for me, who's trying to play in the meta, but you know, for that deck, which is the next video that's coming on the channel, most probably. This, as you can see, that's all we're getting. It's just those two decks over and over again. So, and the deck I'm talking about also does really well against other aggro decks like humans and whatnot. So. Let's see. Just looking like ramp. Okay. Maybe not. Nice. I'm gonna hold back the surge. Burp. So control. Finally a different matchup. I have a feeling... Okay, no counter. Let's go find our other one of... oh, sorry, in this version we have 2. Will we be allowed to attack now, or does he have another Soul Petition in hand? Or it could be Elspeth's Smite. Fateful Absence. Fine. So we draw a card, and we get back the Kami. Fine. Except now we're probably looking at Wandering Emperors. Control is in a very, very good place right now. Like, almost too good. Sure. Now I'm just waiting for Sunfall, and then I'll just scoop and go to the next one. Control is really insanely good right now. For all of you control mages, rejoice. You have the aforementioned freaking
organic minds.
Sunfall, Farewell, Wandering Emperor, Soul Petition, Ossification. I mean, like, oh my goodness, Control is in just such a good place right now. I mean, we all know there's a Wandering Emperor here, right? We all know that, right? Wowza. Incredible. Now he's just gonna Sunfall us. Ay, ay, ay. Just in case it's depopulate and not Sunfall. If it's Sunfall, we just concede, right? So, whatever. It's Sunfall or he loses, so fingers crossed. Ready? I know I am. Or Farewell. Farewell or Sunfall. Maybe a stinky mill deck thing. There's this 7 mana card that mills hot. Just ban Farewell. Ban Farewell now. Wizards, you missed your chance. This was the card that needed to be gone, not Fable. Alright guys, we've arrived at the 45-minute mark. We all learned some things. Farewell and Sunfall are too strong. Poor creature decks stand no chance. Control is in the best place it's been in for a very long time. But the second thing we've learned is that you're probably going to be running into about 1 million mirrors of Selesnya Enchantments or RDW if you're playing one of the aggro decks. So whether version 1 is better than version 2 or vice versa, or whether there's a sort of middle ground that we can reach, I think so. Honestly, not entirely sure though. I'm still struggling. Maybe we can just get rid of the Gobakhans, bring in, like, cut one Invasion of Theros, bring in one more, bring in the Catilda, get rid of the Surges. I don't want to. Personal preference, version 1 is where it's at. Version 2 doesn't have the Gobakhans, and I like the Gobakhans. But maybe having the 3 Michigos is better, having the additional Radiant Grace is better. It's such fine differences that I'm honestly still on the fence, and I have not been able to fuse them into one, which is why we even did an episode of Brewing With. But as you saw, the win rates are great. The deck is obviously ridiculous. If you get that nut draw on the play thing, it feels unstoppable. It's like a steamroller, and it just the creatures get too big for most decks to remove. Not many people playing Enchantment Hate. things, so it just steamrolls. Yeah, nothing much else that I can add other than if you're into this kind of thing, you should probably be doing something like this. The Hallowed Haunting version is good, very good also, but then you have to play 24 lands or maybe 23 or something, 22 in a pinch. And then there's certain things that I wouldn't be playing in that deck, like perhaps the Invasions, because you want everything to be an enchantment so that you can trigger the Hallowed Haunting. But I'm personally preferring this more aggressive version, because Hallowed Haunting has been very slow in the past, and it's just not my preferred game style. Like this is nice for me. I as far as I can enjoy Selesnya Enchantments, this is how I enjoy it the most, is by playing it in this way. So yeah, that is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, kindly consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to this channel and this video. I will be seeing you all in the next one with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab signing out. Peace, y'all.